Welcome back to Freeze Frame episode 35, the show where we take a stop to take a moment. I totally read that wrong. We stop to take a moment to discuss all the heavily talked about news of the week having to do with movies, TV, streaming, and pop culture. I'm your host, James Walmer, and today I'm joined by the king of collectibles, Ryder Maldonado.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, you got him going on. You don't really advertise him as much anymore,
Uh-huh.
Ryder. I feel like when you stream back in the day, you used to have him kind of displayed out
Yeah.
more. But I miss him. You should bring him
Oh,
out
yeah.
just in shot more.
Yeah, they're still there. I'll have to bring them up, especially for like Halloween, like little critters
Yeah.
and stuff. Little, hey, what's up? Like in the frame. Hey, guys. But that's funny.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Mhm.
Guys, before we get into it, thank you so much for listening on audio platforms. Make sure to give us a review on there. Drop a comment on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Hop in our Discord to stay up to date and join our community. We have a TikTok with quick updates and news on anything pop culture, games, movies, everything we talk about here. We give a little bit of a snippet of on our TikTok.
Mhm.
And you can also follow us on Instagram and our Twitter. Ryder, do you know our handles off the top of your head?
Instagram should be strictly casual official, and then I think the Twitter should be strictly casual. But there's something weird with our Twitter because our username is strictly casual, but someone else has strictly casual in all caps, and it kind of, I don't know, it messes up with ours. Where if you search it, it doesn't really come up. But I'm sure if you search strictly casual, you'll find a tweet.
Y'all know
from
the
ours.
logo.
Yeah.
Y'all know the logo.
Mhm.
Guys, we got a lot of topics to talk about
Yeah.
today. We got Uncharted. We're talking about Disney, Marvel, all the works. But do we want to get into the ad read right now?
Let's go ahead and talk about kind of our three main
Okay.
things, and then before
We'll
we
talk
get into
about
the actual news, give
Okay,
everybody that.
gotcha.
First thing we got
Gotcha,
up here, Uncharted. Brand new trailer just dropped, and we have a reaction to that up on our channel if you guys want to check that out. But we've seen the trailer, and I want to hear your thoughts, James, because have you played the games first of all?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I've played
So
I actually
familiar with
binged
the
them.
world. Oh,
That was
okay.
like the fastest I had ever went through a games franchise was with the
Oh.
Uncharted games.
Wow. Okay, so you're
I
very
went
familiar.
through all 4 in like one summer.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was cool. Did you notice that in the trailer, it seems like they're pulling a lot of elements from all the games?
Yes.
Surprisingly, because I saw an article, I heard something where this movie has been in development for many years before, like when like the first or second game came out, and that now it's finally being made, and there's new games. But it's kind of funny how they're kind of copying some of the elements from the newer games when it doesn't seem like the script stemmed from that originally. You know what I mean? Like I
Well,
don't.
so what I heard was that this movie was going to be a sort of origin story for Nathan Drake.
Mhm.
This would focus on a younger Nathan Drake before he really got into the whole business of treasure hunting
Mhm.
and doing what he does in the games. However, when you look at the trailer, a lot of the set pieces are from the games, like the iconic plane scene
Mhm.
is in the trailer, like all the cargo falling out,
Mhm.
and Nathan Drake is I'm sorry, and Nathan Drake is like climbing all over it trying to get back to the plane. It's just I'm really confused as to where this movie is going or how
Mhm.
they're gonna try and are they gonna try and siphon the 3 games,
Yeah.
4 games
Yeah.
into one film?
I know, right? Kind of bring all the elements. Will there be sequels? Are they planning for that? Like, kind of waiting to see, or is it just like a one-off type dealio? But who
I
knows?
hope I I don't even know if I want this movie to be good anymore. Like, most of the time, I would never prey upon a movie's downfall,
Yeah.
but, like, I don't want this to be representative of Uncharted.
Franchise. Yeah, true. It seems more like a industry type homage to the game, but like don't make it be canon or not canon, but don't make it be an arm of the Uncharted franchise. Make it separate.
Well, like, I just don't yeah, I don't like it. I hate
Yeah.
I don't think Tom
Yeah.
Holland's a very good actor. I don't think
Oh,
Mark
okay.
Wahlberg
Yeah.
is a very good
Uh-huh.
actor. And they're definitely not the characters. Like, Tom Holland's not Nathan Drake,
Mhm.
and Mark Wahlberg sure as hell
Yeah.
isn't Sully.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, it's kind of like Tomb Raider. I don't know if you saw Tomb Raider and you like that one. That one was
I
kind of
didn't
like
I
a
didn't
hit or
watch Tomb
miss.
Raider,
That one's pretty good. I enjoyed that one.
but I like the actress
Mhm.
as Lara Croft.
Yeah, it's definitely good casting, and I think that
Yeah, I
they
think
really
she's great.
matched up. They really copied the game like almost beat for beat, I'd say. But
Mhm.
yeah, this one seems like a combination of them. It seems weird, but I guess we'll have to see more footage. We'll see more footage as him. Because yeah, he does. It's hard to get past Spider-Man with that kid. You know what I mean? It's hard.
Dude, he's
It's
so
Spider-Man.
young.
Yeah,
He looks like a teenager.
yeah. And he's like,
There's
oh, hey guys, and he's always acting young. And it's like,
Yeah, but,
how
like
is this?
his vocal register is just higher. So like
Yeah.
it's like whoa, and I'm like, dude, you're like
Hey guys,
go back to
I got you.
like, hey guys, what's up? We're gonna go steal some treasure.
That's some
Whoa.
treasure. That's 5 billion easy. Even Mark Wahlberg too kind of has that same. That's 5 billion easy. Yeah, we can do it. Hey kid, get your hand out of here. You look like an idiot.
It's
My
it's
Wahlberg
dumb.
impression.
It's hokey. It's hokey. It's
I
hokey.
think that's a perfect description of the film. Well, I mean, let us know what y'all think about Uncharted. You got our thoughts there. Now moving on.
But luckily,
we got. Hey, yeah, you already
but
know.
luckily, we witnessed a cinematic masterpiece.
Mwah.
Mwah, mwah.
That is Dune.
Dune.
Let's talk about it. So, when did you see it, and did you see it IMAX or how did you experience the film?
Last night, 6 p.m., walked into AMC Glendora
Ooh.
into the IMAX theater.
Uh-huh.
Took my little pee break beforehand. I didn't have to go, but I forced myself because I knew what I was getting into,
Mm-hmm.
and I buckled up and stayed on the edge of my seat for the entire time.
It was fantastic. I agree. It was funny. I think I looked at the text as soon as y'all finished, and then I got out. I think we all said the same thing. We were like, "Holy shit!" The same, yeah. Yeah. You thank you for saying it. But yeah, we both, all three of us, just sexted that same thing, and it was like, "Yep, that's really no spoilers." But
yeah,
when it comes to the conversation of sequels and stuff, it's safe to say, I think. The film was packed. How was the film? Was it packed? I mean, the theater, the audience.
Oh yeah, the theater was pretty packed.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I mean, obviously, as packed as it could be with COVID, spacing. Which, by the way, like this is a tangent, but the COVID spacing is the best thing that ever happened because it means I don't have to sit next to random people I don't know.
Just stretch out. At Chinese theater, it was not. It was seat to seat, dude. Like
really
corner, bottom corner to the top corner. I've never seen it that. But I mean, I did see it that packed back in Avengers Endgame. Like I've never seen a theater that packed. So it was pretty crazy. So
wow, I bet that was an experience because the sound and Hans Zimmer's score,
amazing,
was powerful.
Absolutely, like you could feel it. I don't know, the bass. It was like you feel like when ships were flying over, you could feel like they were really there. Also the silence too. Like I'm sure you noticed. There
were like
amazing
3 moments specifically when it is dead silent.
Yeah, and like everyone's in the theater just dead.
Yeah. You could hear like little like chatter from outside of the theater. That's how quiet it was.
I really appreciated that. I love that.
Oh my god, just like really masterful like
film
crafting of this film. Like the shot, like I was trying to vent about this. The costume design.
Costume was amazing. Oscar Isaac was my jaw was dropped every time he was on the screen.
Everyone just looks so good all the time. This movie, I was talking to Vincent about this, is so big.
Yeah.
Like in terms of scale, in terms of like world scale, but also like every time, like all these shots, all these ships, like these locales, and everything is just, every set is so huge that you just feel, as Vincent said, like feel like a tiny peanut.
I love it. Yeah. Did you feel like a little peanut watch?
You feel so small because this world is so big, and it's so believable too. And I think that a lot of that credit, it goes to Denis Villeneuve, but it also goes to Frank Herbert, the original author of the book, for just crafting this world that's so deep and so rich, and it has such like deep politics and culture. Like this, one thing I'll say about this movie is like it makes, I mean, for myself, I'm speaking personally, is it made me want to read the book because I know there's stuff that I like missed in the movie. Like I know because there's a lot of like lingo and like jargon that is like very specific to this world that like you wouldn't like. There's stuff that I had no idea what they were talking about because I was just like, I got the general context, but like I need to go through this movie with subtitles. I need to go through, because in the book Dune, there's an actual like index of of terms in the back of the book for like all the stuff you can look at, because so much of it is like
Yeah, yeah.
You like
Like the
I have no
witches and like their whole
yeah, like
backstory.
the witch.
Like
What is a truth sayer? Like
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah. And
know.
the voice, where did that stem from? Is that just inherently there? Is it just because of the witches? That's their power, or like
Well, I think that's like I
it's
think that some of that more stuff is like um I think that stuff is more maybe gets context as the franchise continues to
oh
like
yeah, okay,
but also the Dune is the first book in a series of like I don't know, 3 other books or
yeah, okay.
of
There's a
3
lot
books
to it.
of within this whole
Hmm.
universe. So the universe continues to like go on and tell stories within it. But I think Dune in a lot of ways is what I want. I mean, maybe this is a poor comparison,
Hmm.
but like everything that I want out of Star Wars. So like everything that I feel like Star Wars is lacking in
Hmm.
that I'm a heavy critic of Star Wars for, I find my place in Dune.
Yeah, yeah, I agree because I think you can find the comparison. The big thing was kind of the Messiah type vibe, and I know that was some
Mhm.
critique that people had, but I
Mhm.
personally love setups in film where the future you will be something, and like, oh, I could see a movie down the line, like they did that in Episode 7 with the Force and her being a Jedi and Finn being a Jedi and all this setup, and yeah, some could say that it flopped and it didn't deliver on that promise. But this film is setting up a lot of promises, like him looking into the future with him and Zendaya's character, and like the big battle, and there's a lot of setup, and like he's gonna be the ultimate powerful guy to control the galaxy, and it's like, oh, I can't, like, I want to see that film, and so that's, I think,
So
it
we
succeeded
think.
on. So yeah, so we
So
think,
so we've been
so
told
we've been told, true.
because this movie does I'll say like I can't say much more than this, but this movie does play tricks on you.
It does,
This
you're
movie
right.
plays a
It
lot of
switches a
tricks
lot.
on you. It switches a lot. It
Hmm.
messes with your mind. It's very psychedelic sometimes. There's a lot of visions.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of dreams. Like that's Paul Atreides' whole thing is he sees dreams and some things happen, some things don't happen.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and it's very like you really have to pay it. That's the thing is like
yeah.
this is not a casual movie experience. You really need to pay attention
Hmm.
to like everything going on. I need to mention this just because of how much of an impact I think this movie's gonna have on culture is I was talking to Vin and like we think this has potential to be like a Lord of the Rings style. Like this is going to be a classic. Like we can't
Hmm.
obviously there's recency bias. Obviously there's like time will tell how this
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
ages in the grand scheme. But we both believe that this movie is going to be a classic. Like when we have kids and we tell them like these are the movies we have like these are our
Hmm.
family movies that like
Yeah.
matter to us. Like Dune is going to be one of those films. And
Hmm.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna make my kids read the book. It'll be like so in that respect, I guess it'll be like
Lord
Lord
of
of
the
the Rings
Rings,
even
yeah.
more is or Harry Potter of like you
Hmm.
have to read the books,
Yeah.
but also we're gonna really enjoy these movies together.
Hmm.
And it's but even then, like it's tough because Dune is so much more of a mature story. Like
Absolutely.
the politics going on are like they're so complex.
Mhm.
Like I'm trying
It's
to
an
follow them
adult's.
throughout the movie, and I'm like, I just don't have enough information
Mhm.
to really follow and maybe I don't think that's a critique of the film though,
No, no.
because there's so much there that you cannot build context around because Frank Herbert in the original story does not like take breaks to give you context. He
Mhm.
says, "This is where this comes from, but like that's a separate resource that I have over here in this like list of information." Like, I don't know, I can't say enough
Yeah,
good
yeah.
things
Yeah.
about this film.
No,
Except
absolutely.
for the fact like I understand the original. Maybe this is more of a critique of the original story rather than the
Okay.
Denis Villeneuve adaptation, but, like, it is kind of a little bit of a white savior-y, um,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
film similar to, like any other, like, native with, like, outside individual coming in to, like, save the native population,
Mhm. Mhm.
through this, like, messiah type,
Yeah.
complex with Timothée Chalamet's character. Um, I think the way they do it is a little more respectful than
Mhm.
previous because Timothée Chalamet wants to, like, be, go into this culture and, like, kind of, um, um, learn from
Yeah,
them
he
and, like,
genuinely wants to, he
be
cares about the people
integrated.
and
He cares about people
yeah.
who's very, like, integrated in them, but, um, the whole thing with white savior is its dependence on, like I'll just say for, like,
Mhm.
the, I'll just say to generalize is, like, the white man, like, they're dependent on the white man for salvation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get you. I hear you.
So there
Wow,
it is.
that's fantastic. Well, if that doesn't sell you on checking out Dune, I don't know what else will. That was great,
I'm
James.
I'm
Thanks.
crazy about this movie.
No, that was great.
I'm
Yeah,
crazy.
I agree with you 100%. You know, this is a fantastic film. It needs to be seen in a theater, in IMAX with a crowd, and then you can watch it on your HBO Max and kind of pick it apart after. But you got to see it in the theater. That's what I'd say. But thank you for that. Well, moving on now, we can kind of get into less than a very unfortunate headline that popped up this week, and that is the headline of the director of photography for the new film that's in the works, Rust. Her name is Halyna Hutchins, has recently been killed on the set in New Mexico after Alec Baldwin accidentally discharged a prop gun and killing her, unfortunately. This is coming from the Santa Fe Sheriff's Department. I'm sure you've heard about it online. We can kind of get into a little bit of our thoughts on the matter, I guess. It's hard. A lot of directors spoke about it, on Twitter, and they were voicing their thoughts on how unfortunate this sort of ordeal is. It's sad that it's not rare. We do see this a lot, especially on sets. There are unfortunate accidents that happen. We have Alec Baldwin's statement here. If you want to, you can feel free to read it, and what he said following the events. This is from his Twitter, what he came out with. If you care to read it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was looking at more stuff about it.
That's good. You good?
Where's it? Yeah, you just go ahead and read it.
Okay. So right here, he's saying, there are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Halyna Hutchins, a wife, mother, and deeply admired colleague of ours. I'm fully cooperating with the police, investigating to address how this tragedy occurred, and I'm in touch with her husband, offering my support to him and his family. My heart is broken for her husband, their son, and all who knew and loves Halyna. Very unfortunate. Very sad.
Very unfortunate.
You're looking up some stuff. Are there anything that you got?
Yeah, there's a lot like going on. It was kind of a bad situation leading up to it, just because it's a lot of people are saying that here I should cite my sources. Like CNN and LA Times both talked about how the set was they were rushing the process of like getting this movie done, and they didn't really take the time to go over like gun safety on set, and so like that wasn't really a big priority for them as going through this. So it was kind of like it was a shaky situation leading up to it, and then a crew member did yell "cold gun" as he handed Alec Baldwin the prop weapon, indicating that the gun was like safe, that that had no live ammo in it. Um, I There's a New York Post article saying Alec Baldwin ignored the number one rule of gun safety. Like there's just a lot of like even like there's a lot of controversy on like how this happened and like whether it was a setup, and who if there is someone like who just basically like who's responsible for this, and what can they do to like make sure it doesn't happen again. Like what are the things that didn't happen in terms of gun safety, like, or maybe like people are even going as far as say like, oh, it was planned to like, but there's no motive for that. So, at least to my knowledge.
I think it's very unfortunate and it's very sad to hear, and it's always crazy when something like this happens to see how the public is reacting to it and how the blame is being shifted and all this stuff. But I genuinely feel like this sort of thing is impossible accident that could have been prevented, but is into the hands of the weapon itself. I mean, yes, the person who handled it, I don't mean to say that it's not the person who handled it, but you know what I mean? Like, at least for Alec Baldwin's side, like, you put your faith in that sort of thing. You put your confidence in that sort of thing, and you don't expect something like that to happen. So I think it's unfortunate for him to live with that sort of thing. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, man, that sucks. Like, it's words can't describe, but
it's really hard. And like my heart goes out to the, obviously, what's her name, Halyna Hutchins, to her family, as well as Alec Baldwin and what he's going through. Because although like, yeah, he could have should have made sure it was like truly cold, but like he didn't, and he has got to like live with that. So that's really tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, moving on now, guys. We have our news. We have all of our news that we got to get into now. We have, surprisingly, Marvel's come back strong today.
Kind of always in the move. Always in the news.
Yeah, true. We have our DC Fandome recap and kind of break down all the events. We reacted to that whole event. That's on our YouTube channel if you guys want to check that out. the whole event, as well as some of
A
our
4-hour long event.
Yeah, yeah. We were 2 hours in, and we were
insane.
like, let's see how much longer this is. And we're like, 4 hours? We gotta
That's crazy.
stop. And we ended it. But we do have our trailer reactions up. But before we get started, we have a special message for all you guys and gals listening at home. Do you know what's spookier than seeing a black cat on Halloween? It's shaving your balls with anything other than Manscaped. When it comes to below the waist grooming, there's no need to carve your pumpkins this Halloween, because Manscaped is here to upgrade your grooming experience. Go from a bite-sized candy bar to a king-size candy bar. And join the 2 million men worldwide going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code strictlycasual. That's right. Freeze Frame is brought to you by Manscaped here on the channel. We're very grateful to Manscaped. Let's get into this. Let's get into some of the tech going on. James, have you been using some of the products? What's been your experience with them so far? And are you looking forward to getting any new product in your sights, and anything that you want to acquire?
So first of all,
Yeah,
I love my lawnmower 4.0. And
I'd
I'm a
love
little
to hear it.
crazy. I'm a little crazy. My hair is really fine. I don't have thicky hair. So the guards don't really like, they just are a little too safe for me.
Oh yeah, I remember you.
I really
Yeah,
gotta get down in there without a guard. You're not supposed to use a guard, but I just really,
crazy.
it's really necessary that I
Mhm.
don't use a guard. Especially like on my, like when I move up from the family jewels to
Mhm.
the torso. Um, and I went in the shower the other day,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and it was perfect. Especially because like sometimes the light is a little spotty in the shower. So boom, it's got that little light on the end,
Mhm.
so you can just see what you're doing. Never get any missed spots. You got a little LED light on there, and it guides
Oh
your
yeah.
path. You never do you wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
They have their advanced skin safe technology, as they call it, and
mhm.
it's very safe. Honestly, like, take it from somebody, and I talk about it all the time. I'm always scared with razors and stuff like this, but I mean the technology, all their stuff that they have, even the weed whacker that they recently gave us, we're grateful for that. I mean, you can put it in your nose, your ears, clean off the hair. Doesn't even hurt. Nothing bothers you. It's
Just forget
fantastic.
about it.
Yeah,
Just
forget
forget
about it.
about it.
It's great. Yeah, and they have all kinds of products. The Performance Package 4.0, which is kind of a whole package. I had some cousins that were asking me about this. They have like a whole kind of ordealio. Comes with a bag, a shirt, some underwear, depending on the package that you choose. It has all the stuff that you would want. It's pretty cool, and you can take it to travel, or you can have it at home and have a nice little kit there, all ready to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at that shed travel bag.
Yeah, me
Because
too. Yeah,
I
it
just
looks cool.
I think what I got going on right now is just a little small for all my products. I think
Got you.
shed travel
Got you.
bag would do very nicely.
Hmm.
I also love the boxers.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Boxer briefs
we can't
are
talk.
so
We
nice.
can't talk better about them. Or what's the how you phrase it?
So can't say enough good
Can't
things
say enough
about
good things about. Thank you. Yeah, I
them.
agree. I agree. Well, yeah. If you want to do our last little bit here,
Of course. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code Strictly Casual. That's all one word, Strictly Casual at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with code Strictly Casual at manscaped.com. Say trick or treat to your beautiful new Halloweeny with Manscaped.
love to see it. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring us. We appreciate you guys. Anyways, continuing on now to our major news, we can get into it. And let's rush through not rush through, but let's start getting into our first headline. Hayden Christerson will be appearing in a Ahsoka series for Disney Plus. Now, this is just breaking news.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it came from yesterday. And yeah, we already know Hayden Christensen is going to return in the Obi-Wan show. So this is pretty crazy that like he's going to be more of a prominent face in the future of Disney Plus.
Do we have a timeline on what part of Ahsoka's life the show will take place in?
This is going to be following the Mandalorian. So now she's on a journey
Oh,
to
okay.
look. She's older now, and I assume maybe there's flashbacks. Maybe when Clone
So
Wars
this
era.
means Hayden Christensen. Okay, so that's what it would either be like
Yeah, most
either we're
likely.
seeing Hayden Christensen as Vader,
Mhm.
or we're seeing Hayden Christensen in flashbacks
Yeah,
to the
that's
Clone
Clone
Wars.
Wars form. You know what I mean? Like,
That'd be really cool
yeah,
too.
yeah. So
That'd be really
people were
cool.
talking, who could be a lot younger live action Ahsoka, which would probably
Oh
line
yeah.
up better. You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. So that'd be
Mhm.
kind of cool. But either way, I think it's safe to say we'll see him as flashbacks, because this is like way way after Vader's death and everything.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh right. Sorry. I always for some reason think that
mhm.
Mandalorian takes place between 4 and 5,
Fine.
or sorry,
Yeah.
3 and 4.
Yeah, I think
Or
it actually takes place after episode 6. It takes place
Yeah.
after. So Luke and
After
they're all
6 before
after
7.
Return of the Jedi. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like 5 years or something like that, or months. I don't know. It was a specific timeline that I used to remember, but now I completely
Yeah,
forgot.
it's before 6 and or sorry,
Before
after
7.
6 before 7.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There we go.
Mhm. Yeah, you want to take this one?
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. Hey, Danny DeVito. If he owned a video store, that'd be his nickname.
Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito joins the scary good cast of Disney's Haunted Mansion. The cast already consists of Owen Wilson. Wow, I am all over the place today. Owen Wilson, Tiffany Haddish, Rosario Dawson, and Lakeith Stanfield.
It's a great cast. I'm looking forward to this.
I know nothing about this movie, Ryder.
Yeah, I think this is all they have so far. Like, it's just a live action, remake, doing Haunted Mansion again, and they're building the cast still. We don't really know too much.
A remake? I don't
Yeah,
think I ever watched the original Haunted Mansion.
Well, the one that I'm talking about at least is the Eddie Murphy one. That was a favorite of mine back a while ago. He goes there in the house and it's all.
Oh, I never saw that movie.
It's pretty good. It's a fun one. I'd recommend it to anybody.
I recognize this. I recognize this cover. Of
Yeah.
the DVD.
Yeah, I think so. Lakeith and Tiffany, them two are the main actor and actresses, and then like Rosario, Owen, Danny DeVito, they're all kind of the.
Oh, and the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland
Mhm.
is reminiscent of the one in the movie.
Yeah, I think they made the movie off of the ride. Yeah. Kinda
Oh,
like
they
an homage.
did?
Mhm. And then they kind of added elements of the movie to the ride, so
Okay.
synergy. Yeah.
All right. That's fun.
Mhm.
Nice
Let's see.
with that.
Moving on now, we have our Marvel news. We have a couple big headlines here. First and foremost, we have a lot of Marvel delays that happened. They announced this, during the week, and they're shifting over their slate, so it's not too bad. It's not like bad news. Doctor Strange moved to May 6th instead of March of 2022. Thor: Love and Thunder, July 8th, 2022. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever moves to November 11th. The Marvels will now drop on February 17th, 2023. Ant-Man and the Wasp, July 28th, 2023. And James Gunn confirms that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is not being delayed from May 5th, 2023. So you're going to have Guardians in May and then Ant-Man in July. It's crazy.
Wow.
You're nuts. This is... oh, yeah, sorry. You're good.
No, you're fine. Is this because of the strike, or is this because of other things?
They asked Kevin Feige recently at the Eternals premiere, like, is it 'cause of strike? Is it bad news? Delays? And he's like, they already have all these slots. He said, we have all these slots planned out for the future. I think it's not wrong to say, let's just move them back a slot and give it more time to work on it, but there's nothing wrong with it. So,
So
I guess he's being safe about it. So maybe it could be the strikes. It could be, apparently they were saying Doctor Strange and Spider-Man did screen tests, and that the story was a little shaky, so that they're doing reshoots on Doctor Strange to fix the story. So maybe it's timing.
Okay.
Maybe it's safe, but who knows? I think give them more time rather than release the film and have it bomb.
Yeah, I agree.
I doubt it will. Anyways, okay, you can take this next
Cool. Did you go through all these or just the delays?
one. Just
Just
the
the
delays.
delays,
Yeah.
cool.
We'll run this one.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 starts shooting, confirms Chris Pratt. Very cool. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 set turns out too big to use the Mandalorian's pioneering VFX technology as planned. What does that even mean?
So they recently interviewed James Gunn, talking to him about the future of what he's working on, and they asked him, "Are you using the volume that the Mandalorian used? The screens for the sets and how they kind of pioneered that for the show?" And he was like, "No, actually, the sets we're using are too big to even use it." So I put that in there because I was like, "Wow, can I imagine what they look like?" Like,
Wow,
it's
I bet there was
insane.
some crazy set pieces.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Good for them.
Mhm.
Sony adds 2 untitled Marvel movies to their release calendar. So we don't have actual titles for these. We just have
Mhm.
the time slot for
Mhm.
the movies. So we have June 23rd, 2023, and we have October 6th, 2023. And it's important to note that Kraven the Hunter was already planned for January 2023. So now in 2023, we have the Marvels in February. We have Ant-Man and the Wasp in July. And then
Oh,
we have James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in May 5th.
jeez.
And then we have June and October and
It's
January.
stacked. It's stacked to say the least. And
that is a stacked year.
I don't doubt that. I don't know, because with Sony, like Venom is happening, right? And we have, in between Shang-Chi and Eternals, and I feel like Sony is doing their own Marvel thing, and they kind of really don't care about the MCU release date. So I feel like these people were talking about maybe Spider-Man 4 as well as a Sinister Six film. It's kind of confirmed that they're doing that.
Sure.
Excuse me. But Kraven the Hunter was planned already. They casted Aaron Taylor Johnson for that one. Who knows?
Is that Sony?
What happens? That is, that's a Sony Marvel dealio. Okay. But I do think a Sony verse is in the future. I think it's gonna happen with Venom and all them.
Sure.
I think with Tom Holland fighting kind of another Sinister Six. I don't doubt it.
Fair enough. Well, isn't Tom Holland kind of done playing Spider-Man after?
Yeah, his contract is done, and he kind of is doing talks of kind of wrapping up the trilogy. But I don't know. I feel like he'll take a break, and then I feel like he could come back in a couple of years for it.
Okay. That's what I felt. Fair enough.
Moving on now to Warner Brothers, we have a Dune headline. Another, wrapping up back to Dune. The CEO of Warner Brothers suggests that Dune will get a sequel regardless of the box office numbers. He says,
Sweet.
"Will we have a sequel to Dune? If you watch the movie, you see how it ends. I think you pretty much know the answer to that."
Sweet.
It's great, Excuse me.
From DC, we get a first look at Aquaman 2, The Flash with our first look at Michael Keaton's Batman, Shazam Fury of the Gods, Black Adam starring The Rock, Blue Beetle, and of course the new Batman trailer, which we have a reaction up on our channel for. These are all from DC's Fandome.
What was your highlight of the whole event?
My highlight of the whole event was getting that one screenshot of Blue Beetle.
Oh, really? Okay, fantastic.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm just a big Blue Beetle guy.
Mm-hmm. You look cool.
Who's developing that?
The directors are they're the directors from Bad Boys, I believe so.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not excited anymore.
Yeah, I think it's them too, guys. I feel like it's them. They were on something DC. Yeah, I think it's that. Oh, you know what? No, they're directing an episode of the Marvel. I mean, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan's show on Disney Plus. I got that confused.
Oh, I see. The director is Angel Manuel Soto, and he did. He's a Puerto Rican film director.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a lot of these are like foreign films.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's
one of them's called Charm City Kings in 2020.
Fantastic.
Did okay, but it does have a 79 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, okay.
Another one was Bashir's Dream in 2016.
Good
Ricarda in 2011.
Good leadership for Blue Beetle, I'm guessing.
I don't know how it'll be.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested.
I feel it. Yeah, I think The Flash was definitely a highlight for me. Besides the Batman, of course, I think The Flash was cool
Of course, Batman.
Multiverse. We have Michael Keaton's Batman, and you have two Flashes, and people kind of talking about the story and the Flashpoint paradox. Reverse Flash goes back in time and kills his mom, so he goes back in time to stop it, thus creating another universe. And so people were saying that maybe one of the Flashes becomes a Reverse Flash. So
very cool.
Very, very, very cool story. I feel like they're gonna, bring in kind of the Snyder vibe with that, because Ezra Miller, always pulls it in. Because I feel like a lot of this DC stuff, like Aquaman, Black Adam, is like new DC, and they're kind of moving away from the whole Snyder era. But I feel like the Flash is like the last little inch of the Snyder era. But definitely interested to see what comes of DC. We're huge fans here. Moving on now, that's really it. That's all we got for our major companies. We have other studios, some interesting headlines. I'll read this first one. Indiana Jones 5 is bumped back to June 30th, 2023. And people made a comment that, man, Harrison Ford is going to be so old when that premiere happens.
So old.
I can't believe he's doing it.
I can't either. To be honest, I'm not excited for this movie. I'm just not a huge Indiana Jones guy, to be honest.
I don't even know how he's gonna jump around with that whip.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way.
He's gonna break his hip. Emily Blunt is in talks to co-star with Cillian Murphy in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. She's reportedly being considered to play his wife, Catherine. I know nothing about this movie.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything of it. They just kind of announced it recently. It's about the creation of the atom bomb, and I think.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then I think Hans Zimmer was apparently going to work on this, but he turned it down to work on Dune.
As
That
he
was
should have, because
yeah.
that was insanely good.
It's his child. I think ever since he was a kid, he's always been a fan of Dune, and he's like,
Hmm.
it's my dream to do music for that movie. So he
Really,
was like, I have to do Dune. I have
it's
to.
a really old book. There's
Hmm.
probably a lot of industry vets who share that same
Hmm.
admiration for the franchise, for the book,
Absolutely,
for
yeah.
the stories.
Hmm. We got the first trailer for Michael Bay's heist action thriller Ambulance, which is starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, and Isa Gonzalez. The trailer came out and we did a reaction on our TikTok. If you guys want to check that out? It looks pretty cool. I'm a fan of Michael Bay. I don't know how you feel about his film.
I'm not a fan of Michael Bay.
Mhm.
I'm a huge fan of Jake Gyllenhaal, however,
Yeah, there you go.
and I like the concept of the movie, but the trailer showed way too much. It was so long.
It was. You're right. It kind of showed the whole plot of
Yep.
Ambulance. Like we get it. It's a bank heist.
Yeah.
You don't need to show us. Just show the opening. Don't.
Yep.
It's
I agree.
very predictable. You know what I mean? All heist films are kind of predictable.
Mm-hmm.
And-
I love a good heist film.
Oh yeah, especially with Jake. Oh man, I'm all in.
I'll watch it anyway.
Yeah. Like, oh sorry, I was gonna say I'm
No,
a
keep
fan of
going.
Michael Bay, but his action films, not like Transformer movies. I don't know, they're missed for me. But his separate action ones, that's
Okay.
That's cool. Like Six Underground. There was one with Ewan McGregor. I forgot the name of that one. The Island, I believe, something like that. There's some good ones there.
All right. Ryan Gosling is in final talks to play the Ken to Margot Robbie's Barbie. The Greta Gerwig film is nearing a green light to shoot in early 2022. That movie will be something else.
I know. Based on how you're saying that, I wonder what your thoughts are. Can you be that live action Barbie? What do you think that?
I don't know what to think. I really don't.
I know.
I don't know.
I don't know what to think either.
I don't know what to expect. I don't. We're just in the dark with this one, and I'm just gonna write it out.
Because I imagine it like a Disney-ified, oh no, I need to go back to my dollhouse and become a plastic doll again. But then when you see the Greta Gerwig, I'm like, oh, so it's gonna be art house style, kind of. I don't know. Barbie.
I have no clue, dude.
Anyways, okay, we're moving on now to HBO Max. We have a fun Last of Us headline here. Gabriel Luna, of course, who plays Tommy, Joel's brother in The Last of Us, says that he expects the show to debut sooner rather than later in 2022. Surprising.
That'll be fun.
Thinking like a May, maybe like a
I'm
May
actually
release.
really excited for this. I'm really excited for the show. Not because of I just am interested to see what they do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they copy it beat for beat, or if they kind of where do they stray? I want to ask, did you ever finish the second game? I know
Of course I did.
Okay, because man, we were having a long couple month conversation about have you finished the game, and you're like,
I finished it in I want to say July.
Okay. I feel like then I
July.
might have asked you if you finished it. You said yes.
Yeah, I talked about it on the show, of course. Great game. I loved it. I love the ending.
That's good.
I love the ending. I love the characters. Love Abby.
You like the first game though better or less than?
I think the second game had more to say.
Agreed. Okay.
The
Interesting.
second game had more to say, and for that reason, I like the second one better.
Oh, okay. I like it. All right. You got these next ones.
Cool. HBO Max. Gabriel Luna. Oh, that's literally. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
House of the Dragon director aims to complement Game of Thrones rather than reinvent it. Miguel. Oh, we're gonna try this one.
So hard one.
Sapochnik says it's a different crew, different people, different tone. Hopefully, it will be seen as something else, but it'll have to earn that, as it should. Ryder, I've never seen Game of Thrones. Is House of the Dragon still for me?
I would say probably yeah, because I feel like it takes place thousands of years before, and it's kind of it's the prequel, right? It's the prequel to the show, and based on what Vincent was telling me, this is the prime of the house, right? This is the prime of the House Targaryen, I believe, with the dragons, and it's them in their prime, and then so when you get to Game of Thrones, it's like there's all this talk of that time. So I think I would say you don't have to watch Game of Thrones at all. You can hop in this one, and then if you like it, then go to Game of Thrones, and maybe there'd be more. Maybe more satisfaction with that show.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, Amazon now. Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem. I just saw this. This was just early before streaming. Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem last in Dune. He was great in Dune.
Ooh, he was great in Dune.
He was cool. They play Lucille Obal and Daisy Arnaz in Aaron Sorkin's Being the Ricardos. which is kind of like a little biopic type vibe of Lucille Ball. This is coming to theaters December 10th, Amazon Prime December 11th. Nicole Kidman looked great as Lucille Ball. Pretty cool. And yeah, and then this last one.
And from Apple TV Plus, Anthony Hopkins, I'm just gonna restart. Anthony Hopkins, Jason Sudeikis, and Rob McElhenney announce Mythic Quest is getting 2 more seasons. Have you seen this, Ryder?
I've seen a little bit. I've seen the first like 6 episodes of the first season of Mythic Quest. Yeah, it was fun. It's good. It kind of has I don't know if you've ever heard of Silicon Valley. It's kind of like, you know, it's
I heard
fun.
This is really good.
Yeah, it was cool. It's
got a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's pretty great. Yeah, it stars Rob is one of the actors from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Danny Pudi's in it.
Mm-hmm. And
I love Danny Pudi.
Yeah, so that's renewed, and then also Ted Lasso is coming too. So that's why Jason Sudeikis was in that little. It was like a little ad that they did, and they had Anthony Hopkins in it. I think he was in an episode of Mythic Quest too, which is surprising.
Who's Anthony Hopkins?
Anthony Hopkins is one of the old actor from Hannibal.
Oh, I know
Hannibal
him.
Lecter, yeah. And Thor,
Yes,
he was Odin.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it, guys. That's all for our major news. Here's our light news. We can just go back and forth here. Do it real fast. Let's see. Michael Caine confirms he hasn't retired from acting, despite many reports saying that he was.
That's right. He did say that
he tweeted
on
out.
Twitter. Mm-hmm. Mel Gibson checks into the Continental. He set stars a new character, Cormac, in the John Wick prequel series. And Colin Woodell, sorry, I am all over the place with names today. Colin Woodell will lead John Wick prequel series, The Continental, as a young Winston.
Fantastic.
The Continental is the hotel, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where all the assassins, their domain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Ozark Season 4 Part 1 arrives on January 21st, 2022.
Splitting it into parts?
I believe so, yeah.
So instead of dropping the whole series, they're dropping like parts of it.
I think it's just I believe it's like a couple episodes, like a part 1 section, part 2.
Okay.
Something like
I kind of like that. Mm-hmm. Kill Bill Volume 3 is still a possibility for his next film, reaffirms Quentin Tarantino. That's really exciting.
Mm-hmm. I'd be down for that. They said Zendaya could be the little girl from the first one. You know, when the bride was killing in the house when she fought the one assassin in the house, when she was, I don't know if you remember she was like making cereal. I don't remember her name. In the house, and then
I remember a house fight in the second one.
Okay, I think it might have been the second one actually.
The one in the desert.
No. That's with not the eye patch.
That's with.
Not
okay.
It was I don't remember her name. So
I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
But she had a little girl, and people saying, well, with the time change, it could be Zendaya, and she can get revenge for her mother's death against the bride. Which I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a cool story. I would like that. And lastly, The Matrix has officially been rated R for violence and some language.
Great.
Fantastic. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it for all our news. That's everything. Comment down below which one got you the most hyped. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it and chat. And let's get into our recommendations now. James, if you don't have a recommendation.
I mean, my recommendation's got to be Dune. Oh, okay. Also something we never talked about. I went and saw The Last Duel last week.
Oh, how was that? How was it?
That was incredible. Everyone should go watch The Last Duel. I
said it was hard.
I want to recommend The Last Duel more than Dune, simply because it's like not doing good at the box office, and I want to support it because I think it's a really, really good film. But also go watch Dune because it's just a masterpiece, and don't miss out on that and seeing that in theaters.
Yeah, Dune was fantastic. I mean, I would say recommend that one, but James already did a perfect review on it earlier, so I think you guys have it. As for my recommendation, I think I'm gonna have to say Succession, which I cannot recommend enough. This Sunday, tomorrow actually, today's Saturday, so tomorrow as of shooting this, next episode comes out, and oh my goodness, I think the season 1 premiere, the season 3 premiere that happened last week was like the highest viewed premiere on HBO Max ever.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I was like, man, goes to show crazy. Succession's amazing. I'm telling you, you and Vincent, y'all need to sit down, put away every show, every movie that you have, and sit down and watch Succession. Okay. It has the political drama of Dune, kind of. It's so epic. It feels
I
epic.
see what you mean.
It's Shakespearean, you know, because it's just a family. Oh, it's great. Anyways, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank you for listening at home. We appreciate all your support. We just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, which is, I mean,
That's huge.
it's huge. It's ridiculous. We're so excited for the future, and we look forward to making content for you guys. We have fun doing this. Feel free to give us a review. Check out our social media. Will be linked all down below. And we'll see you guys soon for more content coming on the channel. Bye, everybody.
See ya.